What have I been playing this week? I wrote a list. And I've forgotten the list. It's downstairs. Never mind.
Are you kidding me? What a nerd.
No, it's because I always forget. I always go like, whatever. Which is exactly the boat that I'm in now. It's fine. And I've been playing the new Ratchet and Clank, which I've enjoyed tremendously. I've only just started it yesterday. I had it on a launch day, and I just haven't quite gotten around to it because the thing is, I know it's going to be good. Whenever the time I came around to start it, I knew it was going to be good. I've heard some great stuff, especially from you, Kevin, as well. So I haven't been in a huge rush to start it. And it is actually really, really good. I think I've talked about this with you guys before, but I haven't ever played a Ratchet and Clank game in full before.
Which is a crime.
It is. Yeah, I've said, I think that on a PS2, which of course was the first one, they had a demo for it, and you could play like a big chunk of the game. So I played a demo for the first game, which is good because there's a part that I've just passed in a reboot that treads a similar water, and I can see the environment being quite similar and the overall setup. Anyway, so I really enjoyed the demo back in the day, but I hadn't quite gotten around to buying a Ratchet and Clank game because I know they were good and blah blah blah. I just for whatever reason I didn't. Anyway, with a reboot / whatever you'd call it, it's based off the movie, based off the old game. It's really, really fun. Kev, what did you think of it?
Well, first off, we should all just ignore the movie because apparently it's trash.
Oh, really? Is it?
Oh, you haven't seen the reviews? It's real bad.
Oh, in what way? Is it just the
from what I understand, it's just basically very, very generic. Which is kind of given the license, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that is kind of weird because you would think because there's plenty of the movie clips are sprinkled throughout the reboot, and that looks pretty good. But it's hard to tell, I guess. But I can kind of get it because I enjoy watching the cutscenes. They're quite chucklesome, but they're not out and out funny. They're I think everyone likes to describe the games as being like a Pixar movie. They're not. They're really not. They're more like a DreamWorks movie.
That's
really.
Knack. Knack is like the Pixar movie, obviously. Remember those comparisons when they first showed off Knack? They were like, "Oh, it's like a Pixar movie."
Yeah.
It was, right?
When I watched the cutscenes of the game, they're fun and they're enjoyable, whatever. But I can see me watching a 90 minutes of that being quite a chore. So with the game, I haven't got very far. Maybe I'll beat a few worlds, but it's just I think the number one thing is that it's such a treat to play, from start to finish, just in terms of the visuals and the music, and the gameplay is really, really smooth, and just, it's quite accessible and easy, but it's a kid's game, but without being insultingly so. I can just whack it on, and it's just fun. The whole thing is just really, really fun, right, Kev?
Yeah. I have not played as much. I can't remember if I talked about it on last week's episode or if that was on the podcast of yesteryear, but I got it the same time. It came out the same day as Dark Souls, I want to say. I got it as kind of something to alleviate the pain of Dark Souls 3, because I was expecting to have a much rougher time with Dark Souls 3. It was going to be okay, I've died 20 times, I need a break. I didn't have as much of a tough time with Dark Souls 3 as I thought I would, so I have not touched it as much. I think I'm about where you are. I think we compared. There's a great train sequence, which is something out of a James Bond movie, essentially. Even as music that's pretty similar, which is great.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of, in terms of all this stuff going on around you, is the Uncharted 2 train level, in that it just looks great, and there's a set piece after a set piece. It isn't, quite the same, but yeah, totally in that kind of vein of James Bond, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that's maybe a third, I think. I've cleared a handful of planets, and I've done some side stuff, so I'd guess I'm maybe a fourth, third, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's just fun. It's gorgeous. Like I said, I'll be writing something. Should be up at some point, maybe whenever this mysterious podcast goes up, about the differences that I feel in how Star Fox Zero was treated in comparison to this Ratchet and Clank reboot, just because they were handled so differently, and you've gotten much more drastic results between the two, because now people I'm sure Art would be excited to see like a brand new Ratchet and Clank, whereas on the side of Star Fox Zero, that franchise is probably dead until the Wii 2 comes out.
They should just let it die.
Going back to Ratchet, I know Jordan's played the other ones quite recently, and Evan's a huge fan of them as well. Are you going to play the reboot at any point, or you just don't care?
I'm like really swamped down. I actually just picked up 2 more games this week to review, and I've got all sorts of stuff I'm working on right now. But yeah, I'll definitely play it at some point. It's $40 at this point, and it's not on my it's not gonna be like Uncharted where I have to play it the week it comes out.
Yeah.
I'll maybe pick it up Black Friday, or if I get it on sale over the summer when I'm not doing anything else. But I am very, very excited to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat too. It's like a lot of shit is going on in my real person life, and I just have like a ton of other games, and it's not something that I feel like, oh, I gotta be part of this since it's this new groundbreaking thing. It's like, no, it's a game I'll pick up for like $30 over the summer and play just because it'll be a fun trip down memory lane, and less of like, oh, I gotta know what's happening in the Ratchet verse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh man, that cliffhanger ending. What's Ratchet gonna do?
There's a ton of games coming out right now, and I have a ton of games, and Steam sales are going to happen, and they already are happening. Like, I bought 2 games like 10 minutes ago. So, I mean, that's just the way it is now. It's awful.